All right. We got one person. Anybody else? Let's see. All right. Thank you for your patience. Oh, that one person left. Darn it. Hello. All right. We got one person. I have had abundance of tech difficulties. Hello, whoever you are. I can't see your name, but if you, let's see, if you, I'll post it in the chat. This will allow you to put it on your page and share it. I'll post this each time. Boom. There we go. On this end too, it is Tina. Hello, Tina. All right. Well, tell you what, it has been a challenge to get this going today. Somehow, because I changed the name of the group to the Hormone Recovery Warriors. Great name, but the streaming stopped working. So, bam. But now we're back in action. All right. If you're here, tell me who you are, whether you're joining live or you're watching the replay, and let me know what state you're from. And I'm in California, and it is looking sunny and blue outside today. There is nothing else to call it besides beautiful. I am fortunate enough to have a window right there so I can see what's going on. And let me just tell you, today was the day where everything was streaming right, but the one page I really wanted to stream to, our Hormone Recovery Warriors page, it was disconnected. It showed, but it was disconnected. It was no longer working. All because I changed the name. Yeah. So learning as I go. But I have some cool things for you all today. So I'm glad you're here. And we're going to dig right in. And again, I apologize for the tardiness, but that happens. All right, I see Zara. I see Tina. I see Hope. Hope, you are going to be the star of the show for now and a little while longer. All right. On this end too. It is Tina. Tina. Grateful to have you, you action taker, you. All right. This is not a sales pitch. If you're watching it, I will not try to sell you anything, but I will encourage you to take action. I promise you that. This is a solution. And if you're a woman over 35, you need the solution because you go to the doctors, and I hear this all the time. In fact, I heard it about an hour and a half ago during a consultation call. And this may relate to you. You go to the doctor, say, I can't lose the weight. I don't feel like myself. Maybe they run some tests. Maybe they don't. They say something like, you're just getting older. It's just the way it is. It's your hormones. They're changing. You're getting older. It's the way it is. Or try this prescription. Try this pill. Try this pellet. Try this patch. And they may work a little, but probably not. And there's no significant change. Women are underrepresented by the medical field right now. And maybe it's because the medical field doesn't know how to help. But there is a solution. There is something you can do about it. And over these next weeks, I will show you what that thing is. And I will show you how it's already working for people. So you can prioritize your hormone health by just one action at a time. And I would like you to meet Hope. I introduced you to Hope last week. I'm going to introduce you to her again because Hope is a great example of a woman who tried everything, but she knew it was her hormones, but no one believed her. She told her doctor it was her hormones. Doctor didn't believe her. Well, it was her hormones. And when we stopped trying to diet and exercise all the time and do all these crazy weight loss schemes, and we focused on her hormones, let me tell you, everything changed. Hope she was not overweight when she was in high school. She was not overweight when she was young. She was a size 3. That is tiny. I don't know much about women's sizes. Well, I do actually. But I know size 3 is tiny. 105 pounds. But hormones changed her life. Now, each of these peaks was a life event. And in the next session, I'll tell you what some of them they are, but you may have experienced some. Pregnancies, relationships, changes in living situation, changes in life, all of it impacts your hormones. And then when you get over 35, 40, you have a natural hormonal shift, and that definitely impacts your hormones. So hope is not alone. And you may have experienced a similar trajectory of your weight gain. As the years went on, the weight went up. Now, if you're like me, I care more about your health and your body fat percentage and your weight, then awesome. But weight matters because when you're overweight, your hormones are out of balance. The moment you spend more than 3 months being overweight, having more body fat than your body needs, your hormones start aligning with that overweightness, that obesity, and they become overweight hormones. You have a basically an overweight hormone imbalance. So the longer you're overweight, the more unbalanced your hormones get. And then there's pregnancy. There's when you start your period as a woman. There's stress. There's life situations that change. There are so many things that impact women's hormones that no wonder your weight fluctuates, your life fluctuates. Because here's the deal. If your body's overweight, your hormones are not functioning aligned properly. Bottom line. And that's going to impact your mood. It's going to impact your energy. It's going to impact your libido. If you're overweight and you go into the menopause phase, you're going to have more menopausal symptoms than a woman who's not overweight. So if you start losing that weight, getting healthy, you will definitely experience different symptoms. Now, here's the thing. Hope knew it was her hormones. She told the doctors it was her hormones. She knew. She knew it. She knew it had to be something besides what she was eating and how much she was exercising. But the doctors just kind of swept her under the rug. It's just the way it is. You're fine. Your blood tests are fine. Blood tests are a great way to see if there's outliers. But first of all, the blood test recommendations, they change all the time. Sometimes the FDA says it should be in this range. Sometimes they'll change the range. And they basically change the range by the average ranges from the year before. So the blood test will tell you if you have outliers, if one hormone's way high or way low. But here is your best indicator of hormone health. Your symptoms, your weight, your mood, your libido, your irregular cycles or no cycles or crazy cycles. Your symptoms are your key indicator, your KPI of your hormone health. All right, it started working. She started back in May, and she was 315 pounds. And thank you, Hope, for giving me permission to share your story, because your story is super powerful, because you intuitively know and probably scientifically knew that your hormones were the deal. And you were so excited that something finally worked. And that was awesome. Well, by July, she was down. The weight started going down. And I'll tell you, nothing motivates someone more than getting results. So we want to definitely get you results right away. That way you stay motivated. Let me see if I can. There we go. Look at that. Down at 275. Real deal, Holyfield. Boom. Weight's going down. I know that we've got more in store. And I think Hope does too. And we do. By September, going into this month, she was down to 253. This is very possible. Hope is a real person who I've never met in person, but I've talked to her on several Zoom calls. She's on this right now. Hello, Hope. And she will give you all hope, because she had given up on everything, but she knew if there was a hormone solution, she's willing to try it. And thank goodness she did. Not just for me, but for you and everybody out there that feels like there's not a solution. And if you're wondering, hey, I'm already doing the HRTs, I'm already doing the medication, no problem. Keep doing them, but you don't need to. I know your brain says I do, but this will start working for you while you're on the medication and allow you to go off of it. But that's a whole different story we'll get to. Hope finally found a hormone solution. And you know what? She was actually kind of surprised by how easy it was compared to all the other things she's done. Now, everything's going great. Why did I insist on getting on a call with Hope? Hope, we got to get on a call. She's like, okay. She's always very open to that. And the call could have been, oh, you're doing so great. You're doing so awesome. Let's share your story and tell everyone how awesome you are. Yes, we're going to tell you how awesome you are. But Hope, you're heading for a plateau. You're going to streamline. You're going to baseline. You're not going to lose more weight unless we handle the other part. Because there's two parts to hormonal health. That is what the topic is today. There's two parts to hormonal health. And one, yes, is the hormones that cause metabolism to go fast or slow. But those are also impacted by what I call your emotional hormones. Well, we talked earlier, and even since the talk, Hope has already lost more weight. She is down almost 70 pounds already. Are you kidding me? But more than the weight loss, she feels better than she has in years. And I bet you if I asked her, how do you feel, Hope? She will tell you the truth because Hope tells the truth. She will just let you know. It's not just losing the weight. It's taking control of your life again. And it's all because of your hormones. I'm going to invite you to do the same thing I invite every woman to do. Write this down, screenshot it, memorize it, put it on your refrigerator. Here is your hormone recovery discovery. And I'm inviting you to do this for at least the next 30 days. And I will guide you through it. The other women, Coach Rowena, will help guide you through it inside of our group, which you can join for free and do this for free. Okay, say this with me, say it to yourself, read it out loud, and make it your mantra. If I prioritize my hormone recovery above everything, for the next 30 days, my weight will go down, my joy will go up, and I will get more done every day. Now, the only thing is, if there's a life or death situation with your family or yourself, handle that. But anything else, you got to prioritize your hormone health for a while. And until you do, that stress hormone is always going to release cortisol and keep you down. So if you make a decision to prioritize your hormone health for 30 days, your weight will go down, your joy will go up, and you will get even more done. What's that mean? All right, here is the key to the castle. First of all, quit thinking about losing weight. Yes, you will lose weight, but make your main priority getting your hormones healthy again. If your main priority is hormone recovery, hormone health, the weight loss will be one of the many positive byproducts. And it starts with awareness. Awareness of your body, awareness of what's going on in your brain, awareness of your hunger, awareness of what F word you're putting in your mouth. Raising your awareness is step number one. And then getting authentic. Quit blaming it on this, quit blaming it on that. However your hormones got out of whack, it probably is not your fault, especially if you grew up in a really stressful childhood, if you had issues with your weight, people made fun of you, you just felt maybe you had an eating disorder. These are all very common, and these are not your fault that they happen. But now it is your problem. It is your problem to solve. I will help you. Lots of women will help you. But get authentic. Own it. Own what you're really feeling. Own what's really going on. Own what you're really doing. Authenticity is next. And then action. Nothing happens without action. If you knew the number of women I talk to in a week, and they are so ready to change, they are so sick and tired of being sick and tired, but then they don't show up for the breakthrough. No. There's no charge for it. You just say, I'm just going to do it. Maybe next week. They put it off. And that's what women do. If you read the book by Dr. Libby Weaver, The Rushing Woman Syndrome, women have this ongoing to-do list in their heads, even more than men, and they tend, especially mothers, tend to prioritize their own health, their own well-being last. That comes last. End of the day, dinner's done, laundry's folded, the kids are put to bed. The other kid that's sick, you took care of him, he's put to bed. Now, finally, 3 minutes to yourself before bed. That is not prioritizing your hormone health, because there's two parts: the metabolic hormones and the neurobiology that goes with it. That's the neurochemistry, neural tracts, also known as your story tracts. And then your emotional hormones, what you're feeling and thinking throughout the day, matters. Matters more than your doctor's telling you, matters more than you've accepted, matters so much. I'm going to drive that home over the next weeks, because I'm going to present on this again and again and again until someone raises their hand and says, I can take this presentation over for you. In fact, I'm going to ask Hope to be a guest. Leilani, I'm going to ask you to be a guest, because both of you have had to overcome and not only the hormonal, but the emotional hormones to make sure your progress kept going. And here's the solution. First of all, you have to know that no hormone works alone. None of them. If you inject a synthetic hormone, it's going to alter the others. If insulin's really high or cortisol is really high, it impacts all the other hormones. Here is a scientifically proven fact. Take this to the bank and share it with all your friends. When insulin levels go up, estrogen goes down. But I don't have my ovaries anymore, or I'm post-menopause. I don't make estrogen anymore. Yes, you do. You will make estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone for the rest of your life. Those are the sex hormones, and women make them forever, because when the ovaries either are removed or they stop doing their deal, the adrenal gland takes over. Your adipose tissue, aka fat, takes over. And women, you have a hormonal cycle till your last day. They change, but they don't ever go away. Now, if you take medication, you'll cover up the symptoms, but it does not balance them. Now, when you balance your hormone through balancing your HPA axis, that's a technical term, scientific, nerdy stuff for the control center of your brain. When you balance that, your weight will go back to normal. Your mood will go back to normal. Your energy, your libido, they go back. But if your HPA axis is unbalanced going into menopause, it gets even more unbalanced through menopause, and it's even harder to get balanced. But it's 100% possible. Hard stuff, possible stuff. Now, your brain, I'm going to call them emotional hormones, because the neurotransmitters and the hormones work together very closely. In fact, everything works together. And if you want to get scientific, look up HPA axis. Google that. Google that. And you will see that that is the hormone control center of your brain. It's the hypothalamus, the pituitary gland, and the adrenal. And it teaches and tells your body what hormones to release in response to any sort of stress. And they can be outside stresses, or a stress like menopausal transition, a stress like pregnancy, a stress like getting your first period, which is also a hormonal transition. All of those cause stress. And if your HPA axis is balanced, your body won't handle this stress correctly. What if I told you that the pain and cramping and bloating that you get before your period, it's not necessary? It's happening because of an imbalance of your hormones. I'd be telling you the truth, because they all work together like a team. Think of Ted Lasso. He's like the coach, captain of the team. They're like a team. And if one of the hormones are messing up, it affects the rest. And there's only one leader of the team, and that team is you. You're the captain. And what you think, how you eat, what you eat, when you eat, how you sleep, how you feel, all impact your hormones. So all women have the same hormones, but different captains. And the thing is, you can't fire your captain and hire another one. You are the captain of your body lifetime. You can't switch out captains either. You are the captain. It's the only person that can ever be in control of your hormones. And the only way is if you change. You have to have a breakthrough. And that means prioritizing your hormone health above everything else. And I have just the tools to help you. Forget about intermittent fasting. I will not ask you to do intermittent fasting because it doesn't work long term. I will ask you to do things that will work long term and become your lifestyle. GH fasting is your first superpower to do that. GH fast advantage is not to lose weight, it's to get your hormones healthy, and this is why it works. Your body has two fuel sources. Only two. It's like a hybrid car. I say this again and again, so if you've heard me say it, sing along. It's like a hybrid car that either runs on gas or electricity. When the gas runs out, it can switch to electricity. Same with your body. It's either running on sugar, which is the simple term for the glucose that all food gets digested into. Either can run on sugar or it can run on fat. But you know what? Our bodies forget to run on fat. They forget how to run on fat. Why? Because we have so much food accessible. It's so convenient, so easy to access, so much abundance, tastes so good. So the food is always right there, and we're snacking, eating throughout the day, eating before bed, first thing in the morning. We're never going into the fasted state. The human body is meant to spend more time in the fasted state. That is when healing happens. Also, that's when fat gets converted into energy. For instance, when you sleep, you're fasted. Your body still is alive. It's running on glucose converted from the fat. You have unlimited energy when you tap into your fat tank. Insulin's holding you back. If you are overweight for a long time, you have some degree of insulin resistance. And if you're going through a hormonal change, insulin is too high. It's beaten up, beaten down. Estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, it's beating down your happy hormones, your feel-good hormones. And the hormone you're missing out on is glucagon. Don't tune out because I'm saying nerdy words. Glucagon, remember that Calgon commercial? Calgon, take me away. Glucagon, take the body fat away. And it will. It wants to. It's waiting for the opportunity. But it can't do it when insulin's in there. And if insulin's in your bloodstream, you are running on insulin metabolism, which means you're using sugar, which means you're going to eat and your body's going to want more food. But I'm not yelling at you. I believe that whole lie too. You should eat 6 small meals a day. The weight loss industry, the health industry, they have not done us correct, especially women. What they tell you will help a 20-year-old, maybe a young 30-year-old lose weight, but they won't help people after 35 when hormones become so much more impactful. Glucagon. Maybe glucagon will ring a bell to you. Here's what happens. When you start using your other fuel tank, which is the fat tank, which is what we want to do, glucagon takes over for insulin. Insulin's downregulated, glucagon comes out, and then you have a superpower hormone, which we'll talk about soon. Glucagon converts fat into glucose for unlimited energy. We want this to happen. For some of you, it's happening right now because you're already following a GH fast timed eating protocol and you're releasing glucagon every day. Awesome sauce. Now, if I'm going to go back in time, glucagon. Why does glucagon sound familiar? Maybe it doesn't, but you've probably heard of Mounjaro. You've probably heard of semaglutide. All of those injections, they're called GLP-1 injections. And what is a GLP? A GLP is a glucagon-like peptide. So that injection your friend got, you're thinking about getting, they have the $25 coupon so you can get it. That injection tricks your body to thinking it has glucagon. That's what it does. So instead of naturally releasing glucagon, people are now injecting it. Now, here's the bad thing that happens then. when you inject glucagon-like peptide, and that's all the weight loss things. They made it for diabetes first, and then they said, hey, this can help people lose weight. You're putting artificial glucagon in your body. So first of all, glucagon goes down, gets downregulated. You have no natural glucagon anymore, and insulin goes up. And yeah, you won't be hungry because your body is full. It thinks it's full. But it does absolutely no natural health benefits for you. In fact, it does the opposite. We want insulin down, glucagon up. Yet this new miracle shot is doing the exact opposite for a temporary solution. So they're giving away a $25 coupon, $25 per month. They get you hooked, but your dosage has to go up every month. And then it goes up to $400 a month. It's a smart marketing ploy. I researched this in depth. Some people lose some weight at first, and then they stop losing weight. Some people vomit and get very, very nauseous, but every single person gains weight back when they go off of it. It's an artificial hormone. It's like adding an imposter to your team and expecting your team to play well, even though that imposter is not a real person. Doesn't really fit your culture, doesn't fit into your team network because they're not even a real thing. It's synthetic. So GLP-1 is what the primary, it's glucagon-like factor 1. It's glucagon-like peptide factor 1. That is what every single one of those injections are. That's what their name is. They have different names, different brands. A lot of people are making millions and millions of dollars on it. But everyone that uses it is going to have a not happy ending. Even if they have, right now, it feels okay. I just got off a call with someone who lost 30 pounds, and now she couldn't lose any more, and she just wants to go for a more natural approach. Thank goodness. Here's your natural approach. Sorry, I got my soapbox there for a bit. But trust and believe, ladies and gentlemen, if any are watching, there is never, ever going to be a natural heal your hormones pill, injection, patch, or rub, ever, because your body doesn't work that way. Here's what will work. Number 1, discover your current natural insulin metabolism set point. Number 2, start postponing food. That way you can turn off insulin metabolism and start getting glucagon active again. Number 3, follow your fat burning timed eating protocol. When you start a fat burning timed eating protocol, it's like you lose weight effortlessly. You don't even have to work out. Hope lost a whole bunch of weight, and she worked out very minimally at the beginning, and now is doing more and more strength training. And you want to get to your first GH fast, because GH fast is where the magic happens. Hold on to your seatbelts, because I want to tell you about the GH fast. So all of this is inside the group. It is an absolutely free challenge. The same information I share with my clients, you can get right here in guides. There it is. Hormone recovery discovery. How to do it. Day 3. You can do everything I'm telling you is right here in the group for you. It's not personalized, but all the science is there. So stop eating 3 hours before bed. I will go into this more next week. This one, we started late. It's going late. Your whole idea, but I will summarize it for you before I move on, is don't eat all the time. Only eat when you're hungry, and postpone food as long as you can every day until you're authentically hungry. And when you do eat, don't stuff, don't starve. Just those changes will get your hormones back into the healing mode. Stop eating 3 hours before bed, and don't eat until you're authentically hungry. And when you do eat like an adult. Don't stuff, don't starve. Your body will naturally adjust. It will start shifting into fat burning quicker and quicker, and you won't feel hungry. When glucagon comes out, just like the injections, you don't feel hungry. It's that weird shift, though, when you first start doing it. That's what we're going for. We want to shift energy tanks. It's called a metabolic shift or a metabolic switch. That's what we want to do. And you can do it just by postponing food the right way. And if you don't believe me, do a Google search on your own or get the book Obesity Code by Jason Fung. More and more doctors, more and more practitioners are embracing the healing benefits. He's telling you here, and this is a quote from his book, you will heal your body through fasting. Not intermittent fasting, but in a time-beating protocol that is designed to fix your hormones. And yes, you should have guidance when you do it to make sure you're safe and to make sure it's effective and to make small adjustments because every woman's different. You can all kind of start the same, but as you get going, there's adjustments. It doesn't just help you lose fat, it helps so many other things. It's a healing property. Now, here's what you do. This is your fat furnace. Try to extend your fast to 19 hours. Then the next day, eat normal. But during your insulin metabolism set point, if you're able to last longer than 19, start there. Start there. The longer, the better. This is the discovery mode. The next day, normal 8-hour eating window. After that, you want to extend it even longer than 19 hours and repeat it. Now, here's the magic number for every single woman. The magic number is 36 hours. At least once a week, extending your fast to 36 hours. Your body will do it naturally if you work up to it. Because here's what happens. At 36 hours, glucagon needs help and growth hormone comes out. Growth hormone will make up for the drop in sex hormones. It will help your libido. It will help your energy. It will help you heal. Growth hormone is the superpower hormone that we are missing out on. The GH Fast Advantage is designed to downregulate insulin and upregulate growth hormone. And it can upregulate it up to 10x, not just while you're fasting, but for 3 to 4 days later. It is a beautiful, wonderful thing. And when you eat, don't go into diet mode. Next week, we're going to talk about the emotional hormones that stop the others, that stop them from coming out. And we're going to talk about the benefits of them. But right now, get your F3 journal. So part of this journey, you're going to have a journal. It's your feelings, fasting, and food journal. Because your feelings matter. And you're going to start your HALT, GO, gratitude list. Make 3 columns. What are the things you're going to halt? Stop doing. What are the things you're going to start? Go towards. What are the things you're going to keep with gratitude? What are the things you're grateful for in your life that you already do, that you want to keep in your life and keep doing? Be very cognizant of these things. Make sure you're completely clear on it. And let's make these lists grow because you're going to learn things you should stop doing, things you should definitely start doing, and some you should keep doing happily ever after. Thank you for your patience as I join late. It seems like next week at the same time, I should have the tech all figured out now. No more name changes, but no promises for sure. All I can say for sure is I will definitely show up and I will definitely do my best to deliver value and help you get to the next step. And here's your next step. Even if you're already a client, well, if you're already a client, you have your full digital pathway, so you don't really need this. But if you're not, and you're saying, I don't know about this, just go right into guides at the top of the Hormone Recovery Warriors. I'm going to say that again. Hormone Recovery Warriors. Go to guides and just go to day 1. Start here. And I will be adding more content to this all the time. Even have some new workouts for you. So it's your job to take action and ask questions in the discussion. We will coach you from right here. Ask questions. And you can ask questions live when I go live every Friday at 12:30 right here in this group. And that's 12:30 Pacific time. Speaking of which, does anybody have any questions before I sign off? And tell your friends about this. This will work for every single woman. It will work if they're already on HRTs. They just got off HRTs. It'll work if they're taking the shot already. We just have to balance some hormones. Hope. So glad to have you. Hope I'm going to ask you if you want to go live with me either next week or the week after. I'm using 0 medications and supplements. Yeah. I love it. And by the way, I do not judge you if you've used HRTs or if you used a shot at all. I mean, it's like all the doctors are telling you will work. And I'm also going to be clear on this. When you do this correctly, you're not hungry. You're not hungry. And every woman's different. We help walk you through and get you up to your GH fast. But the sooner we get you to your GH fast, the sooner growth hormone becomes your healing agent. Agent of change. Your hormones will work for you. You're the captain, and you're the only one that can decide to change what you've been doing. Okay, next week, we're going to talk about the emotional hormones and how that ongoing to-do list that you're thinking about all day long is actually creating a cortisol drip in your body, making it almost impossible to burn fat. So excited about next week. Hopefully we'll have zero tech issues. We'll start right at 12:30. Thank you all for showing up. And I am Coach Tom, most grateful man on the planet. I am so grateful to be able to share this solution with as many women who are ready to take action as possible. Spread the word, join the group, and make sure that other women know that there is a natural solution, that after they learn to do it, they can do it happily ever after for the rest of their life. All right, I will see you on the next one. Thank you for joining this one.